Hello, this is Audio Heads. Whoa, I'm melting. I think I might be melting. We're a product of Geeks Assembled, and I hope I don't melt, but we will see. I may have to adjust mid-cast. And we are talking about Memory Lane, an Eighth Doctor audio with Charlie and Karis. I'm going to switch. Alrighty. Dang it. I like this camera. It's so bright and shiny and so precise and makes my face stand out, but just won't stay in focus once I set it up. I really oughtn't ever move it, but I didn't do it right the first time. So there we go. Okay. Um, uh, Audio Heads with Geeks Assembled is talking about Memory Lane, an eighth Doctor audio with Kurt Karras and Charlotte Pollard, and it's a little bit of a mind trip. And with me is Lee, and want to know what his thoughts are on this audio adventure. And so over to you. What do you want to say?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind trip, but it's quite easy to get a grip of the story. I didn't lose track of any of it. Brilliant. I mean, the way it starts, where the TARDIS disappears in the living room of Mrs. Brody's house, um, and and then every house in the street is exactly the same. The same woman in the house, and the transfer on the TARDIS because every house is the same, and of course that's just the beginning of the story. Because it's there's more to it than that. It turns out the street is like a cell, keeping oh, what's the character's name, Tom, in place. But it's really well acted, and to me, it starts off with the house. It just felt like this could have been made for TV. It was such a simple idea. Every house is the same, so they didn't have to really expand on the sets. Would they in the TV? And it's great how it works. And they're always crossing the street, trying to find, going from house to house, and the comedies here as well. This is a great audio team. Charlie, Chris, and the Eighth. I miss this team, but hopefully, if we get back to the Eighth Doctor adventures, maybe they could do some more of these with Charlie and Chris. So
Yeah, I expect her to show up
yeah,
in the. I expect him to Karras to show up in the Charlotte Pollard adventure series that's going on right now.
yeah. I mean, going back to the story, it's just brilliant that you're listening to it and then you hear it, the ice cream van. Many fond memory of childhood. But yeah. And to have the ice cream van steal the TARDIS away is just brilliantly done. But yeah, it's. I mean, this is written by Eddie Robson. I think we did a couple of his a while back, but really well written and well acted. Directed by Gary Russell. And the casting in this is brilliant. I mean, you've got Mrs. Brody. I'm just got it down here. Nina Baden Semper. I mean, she was just not a care in the world. She was just sat watching the snooker, or making fish chips and peas for tea. But she's really well known in this country. I don't know about in America, but most famous for being in now controversial TV series, Love Thy Neighbour.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what started. That's the one that formed the basis for All in the Family.
Yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, she's more famous for that. But her character in this is just so brilliantly done. And you say you've got Neil Reedman as Tom, who likes building spaceships out of Lego. And then, of course, that's giving away why he keeps building rockets. But yeah, I quite like this, and also a special sort of guest appearance by Annika Wills as Lady Louisa Pollard as Charlie's mother. Which it's a shame we didn't get much of her in the audios because I liked her character. I mean, she did pop up in several of them, but it would have been nice to have a bit more of a Lady Louisa. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I haven't listened to this for quite a few years now. When was this released?
2002.
2000 my eyesight. 2006.
Oh, six. Okay.
So yeah, so it's been a few years since I've sat down and listened to this one, but really enjoyed listening to this. It does switch from the street, then it sort of switches to a different type of story. But I'm okay with that because I enjoyed the beginning of the story, and you get enthralled in the story, and you want to know what is going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed this. Over to you, Susan.
All right. Well, a bit of back and forth. We India Fisher as Charlotte Pollard and what's his name is Kara's
Conrad Westman.
Conrad Westman, and they did. It's just good to hear their voices and their characters again. I have a whole like mental world created for Charlie and Kara's, and like that's just like they're all in there, and this was like putting them in places that they weren't comfortable, and the whole the thing starts off with like a sort of a what appears to be a home visit, and then it turns into something that is like like a first contact thing, but then it turns into something that is like prison. Like the TARDIS has disappeared, so it's like after the TARDIS, trying to find the TARDIS, and then trying to find the house with Tom in it, and then trying to find Tom, and then trying to find what Tom is doing, and then all these other disparate elements coming in, and these people who have come in from outside who are part of another team that is crashed, and like that's actually what then these nanotechnologies creating this reality around them, and then the stuff that they're like expulsing like all these things. It's pretty amazing. So like here we are with Tom and the lady, and this is for Fan Art Friday. Found a fan art for this audio, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so it was pretty amazing, and the the final story where they're willing to break the laws of time, and they're willing to reinsert these people into a different another time zone that they actually belong to, which may or may not affect the future. Which I don't know if this has ramifications in future audios, but it's quite a little bit of mindfuckery to quote our erstwhile Jake in our cast. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I thought that there were so many like different parts of it, and like the cliffhangers were really good, really, really good. And Annika Wills was great as Charlie's mom. That was fun. Yeah, I was like, oh, oh, she made it home. Oh, isn't that precious? But it turned out to be more of the nanobot creating the reality of the situation around him in a prison like situation, and also trying to sell tickets to the destruction of a spaceship and recreating that over and over and over again. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting. And so yeah, and my one of my favorite parts was when the ice cream van takes off with the TARDIS on the front. It was like, oh no, where are you going with that? That doesn't belong to you. And yeah, so I and you could see a row of council homes. Like, you've seen them where they look almost the same, but these ones look exactly the same, exactly down to like the curtains and everything. I mean,
And
like that,
the same tenant living in every one.
and the same tenant living in everyone. Quite right. And so like that's a bit like, the master race, with John Sim turning everybody into John Sim, everybody into the master. Anyway, like that was fun. So yeah, I think it's an incredible story, and I enjoyed it. And so I've said some of my favorite moments. And what are your favorite moments?
Well, see, this is the era of the Eighth Doctor where he was early on in his run as the Doctor, and this is the sort of childlike Doctor we've got in the Eighth Doctor. He just likes to, like, as soon as he hears the ice cream van, he's out the house and he's there buying ice lollies. He's is that? I mean, that's what I liked about the characterization of the Eighth Doctor. I mean, he's progressed from then up to what we're getting now as with the Time War.
The darkness.
It's so. I mean, I think for me, the Eighth Doctor is the most progressive Doctor from beginning to his end. Uh, we could say also with the Sixth Doctor as well, but more so the Eighth, because they have so much more to play with the Eighth Doctor. And so this is the childlike Doctor we've got here in his velvet frock coat and cravat. So it's just going out there and chasing down the ice cream van just to get a Sky Raider ice lolly or something like that. But they didn't have that one. They had a Zoom.
They had one called Zooms.
Zoom, yeah.
But is that a thing in the
yeah,
UK?
there is an ice lolly called Zoom.
Is there an ice lolly called the Sky Raider?
There was back in the day.
Oh, fun.
And I don't know. I'm sure Sky Raider. I'm sure that was the ice lolly what was advertised back in the 60s with the sort of Patrick Troughton cartoon sort of thing.
Fun.
I'll have to check that. Sky Raider. It rings a bell. So that might be a little nod to that, I think. But
Oh, fun.
but yeah, for me, it was just the feel of the normality of suburbia. Just that street going on and on and on forever, and just in the living room, it's just as life going on as normal. And then say the TARDIS appearing. I mean, growing up as a youngster, who wouldn't want the TARDIS just to appear in your living room on a Saturday night or whatever it was? Well,
Growing up, Lee, how about like right now with us? Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. You don't ever grow out of that, Lee.
But for me, I think one of the characterizations in this, what did stand out, apart from Nina, it was Neil as Tom, because the character was seen as a 10-year-old by Mrs. Brodie, but really he was 20 something or other, wasn't he? He was a grown man according to what the Doctor saw and
He was
Charlie
an
saw.
astronaut.
Yeah, he was an astronaut, but he was 10. He was reliving a 10-year-old building Lego and stuff, which was great. With the Doctor and him talking over Lego about Lego and building a rocket, and the Doctor said, "Oh, always make it symmetrical. Always make it, but always make it symmetrical. It's so it's better that way." I like those little conversations. It's just brilliant like that. But yeah, it's a damn good story. As I say, it does get a bit twisty at the after episode 2 going into episode 3. It does get a bit twisty, but it's still understandable. You can still follow the storyline, so it's not too complicated.
No, it's not too complicated, but it is. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I just like the whole feel of it. It's one of these audios you think if you've never heard it before, but it's very nostalgic to begin with. It's just an English street ice cream man sit watching snooker, building Lego. What could happen? Yeah, also the scene with Kerry's taking the gun off. I forgot her name now. Is it Kim? It was Kim, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim taking the gun out, and he wouldn't give the gun back to her. That was so little scene. I like it. Yeah, it's a good story, and also big thumbs up. I mean, the cover as well. The original cover is brilliant. Just the astronaut holding an ice cream towards you, brilliant. Yeah. Anything with an astronaut on it, just. But yeah, over to you, Susan.
So yeah, the another conversation with Kim that is a fun conversation is the conversation about what do you think about her, and the other, and Tom goes off on her and is really mean and stuff, and then they replay that back, and she's like, "How I don't want to be liked, but Jesus."
But also as well, the replaying scenes on the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, and it took the Doctor a while to realise he was sitting watching them, but also it was the same people in the house. But it's a very well written and thought out, this one.
It's very creative. It's true.
Mm.
And yeah, the story the story had so many twists and turns for me. I loved it. I thought that was so fun, and I thought that the interaction that Karras had once he was off doing his own thing, and
yeah.
with Kim was great. I mean, like, I love that he was trying to figure out whether or not the spaceship was, and then he finds out that it was in the attic all the time, and that the attic had just kind of gone really big to sort of surround it, and it looked normal, but it was actually like all in there. I mean, and it was a broken down ship at that point. I mean, like that's like the fun thing about this is like the spaceship being all broken down and stuff, and I just think that was super fun, and I think that the crash that they were recreating a bunch of times was I mean, as a drama, that is high drama. Like, watching something crash is high drama always. It's why we watch it on reality TV or on video replays or on the news. We watch those bus crashes and aircraft crashes. Like, I watched Kanye West, or not Kanye West. What's the guy's name from LA? Anyway, the LA basketball player's aircraft with his daughter crashed. I watched that a bunch of times.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now, and It's just because I'm not all that big of Los Angeles. I'm not focused on that group anyway. Um, so like, wow, it was that was fun, and it messed with my head a lot, especially the parts where like they were trying to, sort out whether or not it was a prison or what the situation was, and all of that. And but you're right about the nostalgia. I mean, it was like, uh, oh, this is what England is really like. All these like this suburban row of council estates is just perfect, like perfect, just
Yeah, just like a Saturday evening in the 1970s.
sublime. Yes, and so what
I
what
mean,
what do you think?
also as well, you mentioned with Lady Louisa Pollard and Charlie. I did like the scenes there as well, as she was sort of going back to being a little girl with her mother. That was regressing that way as well. That was really well done.
Yeah,
Um, those scenes were really well played out. So I mean, for a story, what you beginning of, you just in a normal street, ended up as it did at the end of the story. Well done to them, really. And for me to say, because a lot of these audios, you could never ever get it on TV. You would never be able to make them on TV.
yeah,
But this, I could actually see being made,
yeah,
because I don't think there was any constraints in this. To be honest, it was a straightforward story, and this could have been made for TV.
yeah. And the part about the spaceship on the top floor in the attic
Yeah,
was redone as lodger, and
logic. Yeah,
it was also done as in Cambridge with Professor Carnota's
oh,
Sally Avens
Shannon.
TARDIS
Yeah,
up on the top floor. That school building,
in
the
Oxford.
quad, the Cambridge quad, with the fourth Doctor riding his bicycle. Anyway, yeah, I really liked it. So let's rate this thing. What would you give it out of 10?
Thoroughly enjoyable. So I'm going to give it 10 99s with a flake out of 10.
It's a 99 with a flake.
Ah, that's a 99 with a flake.
And what's a flake?
Chocolate flake.
A big a chocolate bar stuck in it?
Yeah, well, it's a flake.
Is it actually like a slice of chocolate?
It's just like crumbly strand of chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate, yeah. And that's a 99. Will you call it a 99 with a flake, please?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called 99. It's mostly because it cost 99p back in the day. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe it's 99% pure, dairy milk, lovely. I don't know. Anyway, I could come up with ideas because I'm getting a million of them. I'll give this 10 ice cream vans with TARDISes strapped on top out of 10, and or 10 Legos out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was so great. I'm so glad we listened to this. This was such a great audio, and I really wish other people would come and listen to these audios with us, because these are so much fun. It really is enjoyable, like to and to get together and discuss it. It's greatly. I'm really glad that we're doing these.
And I went in my CD box and just picked this at random. So
Yeah, random is great, and So next, in a fortnight, we're going to be doing a ninth Doctor audio if we get them.
If well, no, it'll be something else, but not Doctor Who.
It'll be something else, but not Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Would you like to do some more of the
It,
Aloe?
it's October, and what does October mean?
Oh my gosh! Is it Halloween?
It's
Halloween?
spooky month.
Spooky month! Oh my gosh!
As yet, though, we haven't decided what spookiness we're going to get up to.
Okay.
But
I think there's one called Dracula's Guest that we might perhaps check out if you'd be so wanting to.
yeah, well, we've got space for 2 spookinesses next audios because we'll mostly give Doctor Who a rest for October and do 2 spookies.
Okay, that's fine.
And then come back in November maybe with a first Doctor.
Okay, so we'll start the
Yep.
the cycle over again.
And when the 9th Doctor actually arrives on audio, we'll give him a go.
We'll slide that in right then. What do you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a plan. So we have Halloween, a spooky month, and then we have the first Doctor in November. And I just encourage you guys to come and join us. Please join us. We're having so much fun. These are great audio adventures, and we have all the tech. You can enjoy your time podcasting with us. We have good microphones and good cameras.
This is the only tech I need.
Oh, I know. You and Graham, man, you two are funny. Anyway, so yeah, please do join us, and as you watch these things, hit the subscribe button, give us a like or a dislike. I mean, Lee doesn't care, and and leave a comment. What sort of lolly is your favorite? What sort of ice cream or dessert or thing, or tell us about your childhood in the English suburbia. I mean, that's something I don't know much about, except for watching things. So please do tell. I'm interested in hearing stories, and also share this widely. You know, we're happy to be part of all these groups and all these sort of fandom things. So please just share these widely, and do enjoy Paul McGann because he's freaking amazing. Can't wait till we review Aliens 3. But until then, we're just gonna surround ourselves with the 8th Doctor audios and be happy. And which one is that? Is that the Time War?
Oh yes.
Oh,
surrounded by the 8th Doctor.
Oh my early days. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great one, and thanks, Lee. See you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Bye bye.